Hey everybody, it's Dr. Eric Balcavage. We're back for another edition of Thyroid Thursday, and today in episode 83 I want to talk about EMFs and whether they can cause hypothyroidism. So the answer to that is yes. There are papers and literature showing how EMFs can be associated with causing cellular hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, and glandular thyroid damage. So what are EMFs? EMFs are electromagnetic fields, and essentially they're released from all your electronic devices. I mean, we are swimming in EMF exposure. And so how could this EMF cause a thyroid physiology problem? Well, it seems that EMFs have two effects on the body, a thermal effect and a non-thermal effect. So a thermal effect means they generate heat. So when you have your cell phone or your other device that's really close to the skin, these things put off heat, and that heat is absorbed by the cells of the body. When that heat is absorbed by the cells of the body, it stimulates the release of something called heat shock proteins from the cell, and heat shock proteins are a danger signal from the cell. So when you get higher loads of heat shock proteins produced, it triggers what we've talked about before in these videos, the cell danger response, and the cell danger response results in increased inflammation of the cell, deactivation of thyroid hormone in the cell, and a cascade of other changes in the cell that can cause everything from insulin resistance to elevated cholesterol. And so the thermal effect is one mechanism. The other way that EMFs can impact the physiology of the body is via non-thermal impact. And what happens is EMFs just help electrons and molecules move across cell membranes at more rapid speeds, and they create mechanical damage of the cell. And that mechanical damage drives up inflammation, drives up reactive oxygen species. That triggers that cell danger response again, and part of the cell danger response is the deactivation of thyroid hormone locally. The other part of that cell danger response is the release of things called DAMPs, and DAMPs are DNA protein pieces that then can trigger the immune system to attack the thyroid gland, or they can cause the thyroid gland to sense those and start damaging themselves without the immune system. So EMFs can drive damage to the thyroid gland directly from the heat when you got your cell phone near your head. It can drive damage or cause hypothyroidism because it activates the cell danger response and deactivates thyroid hormone locally. And those EMFs can also drive autoimmune attack due to the release of those things called DAMPs, the DNA fragments from damaged cells that stimulate an autoimmune attack. So what can you do? I'm going to give you 5 tips for reducing your exposure to EMFs. One of those is distance. Try and keep as far away from your devices when you're using them as possible. 2, use wired versus wireless or Bluetooth. I know the buds are all the rage, but you'd be far better off if you use the wired, old school wired headphones. 3, turn off your Bluetooth and Wi-Fi when it's not needed. So if you're not using those things, turn them off. That reduces the exposure of EMFs. 4, turn off the Wi-Fi in your home at night because you're not going to need it anyway. You're asleep for 6, 7, 8 hours. So turn that Wi-Fi exposure off. It protects everybody in the house. And 5, keep the devices out of the bedroom. You're not going to be on the phone anyway. Put that device out of the phone. That way that EMF isn't affecting you. Typically we put our phone right next to our head on our nightstand. So get those devices out of the bedroom. We don't need them there. All right. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, put those questions below wherever you watch the video. And then remember, if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to my office at rejuvigencenter.com and ask for help. All right. Take care, and look forward to another Thyroid Thursday in the coming weeks. Take care.